Okay. The words that we're going to associate with today's lesson talking about percent change are going to be the words markup, discount. Okay. What other words come? What other words are highlighted in your text? What kinds of things are very important here? Yeah.
Never mind.
Oh, never mind. I'm not familiar with that one. We need to take a closer look here. Percent of change. Both of these deal with percent of change. Now, I'm going to give you an example of what I mean by this. Let's say that you mark up, you're a store owner, you mark up a toy. That's very popular. You mark up a toy 3%. Okay? Does that mean you're increasing the price or decreasing the price?
Increasing.
That means that you are increasing price. Okay? So that's going to result in an increase in price.
Because mark up.
Okay, good. Now, let's say that I discount an item by 15%. I'm using a 15% off coupon. Okay, am I going to end up paying more or less?
Less.
So it's going to be a decrease in price. Okay, a decrease in price. Where do these things matter?
Yeah.
Have you ever gone shopping with your parents? Okay. Okay. Do stores ever tell you, do you ever go into a store thinking, oh, it's a markup day? That's excellent. Let's go to JCPenney's for their markup sale. Okay? Hey. I forgot.
God, them got kicked out.
No, I'm just kidding. No, I know, right? That's what I was hoping someone would go with that, but hey. Shh. Oh. Hey. Markups. Do you ever want to go into a store when they're marking things up? Do they tell you when they've marked things up?
Christmas.
No.
They hide that.
But do they tell you when there's discounts?
Yeah.
Yes, they do. Okay, now, you know what you have to be careful about, and I need it quiet. What you have to be careful about is when they're running a sale. Okay, so let me give you an example of what I mean. You can pretty much say everything is on sale. Okay, so let's say we're having a sale. Yay! And that sale, instead of having a Xbox game at $99.99, we're going to sell it 10% off, and it's only going to be $89.99. Woo! What a sale! And then you go to GameStop and you realize that the normal price at GameStop is $60.
Pre-owned. Oh, I got ripped off.
Or pre-owned, which can be somewhere in the neighborhood of $30 to $40.
You go to one in Jefferson Point, it's like $15.
Okay, so here's what I'm saying. Does the word sale mean that you're getting the best deal? No.
Black Friday.
You should always, always, always do some price shopping. What do I mean by that?
Black Friday.
Jackson.
Like when.
All right, let's say you go into the store to Walmart and you see something that you really like. And let's say you have a cell phone on you. What can you do? Yeah.
Look up other places to see how much that particular product is.
Exactly. Look up other places to see how much that product is. Excellent. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and talk about these percent discounts and percent markup. Okay. Let's talk about percent discount and percent markup. All right. Here's the thing. Let's just work with a number. Let's say we have something that is $76. Okay? And I'm just going to say, I'm going to call it item A. Okay? Now, there's really two things we can do with item A. Okay? We can mark it up or we can discount it. Every time a store buys a product, they buy it at what's called wholesale. Okay, so the first thing you should know is when a store buys a product that they want to sell you, they buy it at wholesale.
Wait, where would a store technically buy their stuff?
So Walmart sells certain brands of milk. They sell different types of vegetables. They sell Adidas shoes. They sell Nike shoes. They sell all these different brands, right? They have to buy those products from distributors, and they buy them at wholesale. Now, here's the thing, though. They buy those products. If they sell them to you at the price they bought them, they make no money, none whatsoever. So what they do is they say, we have to make a certain amount of money. Otherwise, our store can't provide electricity. We can't open our doors. We can't pay our employees. So they have to have what's called a margin of profit. Okay? What they do is they mark up the product so that they make a profit. If they make no profit, they go out of business. So this marking up technique happens in every business and every industry. They have to make money in order to provide a service or product. If they make no money, they go out of business. So you could be like, hey, I'm going to open a gas station and charge 99 cents for gas. The problem is that you might have to pay $1 for that gas. And eventually what's going to happen is you're going to be paying more for the gas and make no money, and your gas station is going to close.
But what if
So
everybody goes there?
it doesn't matter. You still have to pay more for it than you're making. You lose money on every transaction, which means you're paying the company, you're paying people to take gas. You're losing money. So you have to make a profit, which means that every business, every store, every company that does mowings of lawns or fixing, plumbers fix or electricians fix things, they have to mark up everything they do. Everything they do is going to have a little bit of a markup. Some stores mark things up a lot. These would be your stores where things are really expensive.
Well, they
Okay?
mark up and then put a discount on them so it looks like it.
Well, and that's exactly it, Finn. They'll mark it up a ton, and then they'll be like, oh, it's 20% off. Well, you could have marked it up less and not discount it. I'll give you an example. A couple years ago, JCPenney came out and said, this was probably 4 years ago, they came out and said, listen, instead of running all these sales every week, we're going to run less sales, and we're going to keep everything in our store from being marked up a lot. So what happened? Everything in their store dropped in price. So jeans that were $40 were now $25 because they were not marking them up as much. But they can't run sales. Here's the thing. And you know what happened? They didn't actually get a whole lot of business because where do people go? They go where the what is?
Discount.
The discount is. People are programmed, no matter how much something is, if they hear 30% off, they're going to be like, oh, that's a great deal. Even though they might pay less at, like, say, JCPenney versus Kohl's. Because they hear sale, and you're programmed to think good deal, and you're going to go where the sale is, even if it means paying more. That's how marketing works. So what do companies like Macy's and Von Maur and others do? They mark everything up really expensive, and then they'll run a great sale, and everyone thinks they're getting a great price, and they might have only paid $5 for that shirt, and you're going to pay them $40. Okay, so let's talk about how this translates mathematically. Okay, so we have markups, we have profits, we have discounts, okay? And so let's look at this. I said that we had a $76 item, okay? $76. Let's say that is wholesale. That means that in order to sell this product or this item, I have to mark it up a little bit, okay? Now, remember, I've got to pay the bills, I got to pay my employees, I got to pay for packaging, I got to pay for advertisement, I got to pay for my utilities, like keep the lights on, keep the heat on. So let's say an average markup is 10%, okay? So I'm going to do a 10% markup. This is where all of your percent problems come into play. I need to find what 10% of that is and add it to the original wholesale price. And then that's what I'm going to put it on the shelf for. Okay? So, I'm going to go ahead and I am going to create my toolkit. My toolkit. I'm going to have my percent, my part, and my whole. Remember, T is what we decided on as a class to use as a percent. So my percent is 10. My part, well, I don't know what my part is, because that's how much I'm going to mark it up, and I don't know what that is yet. But my whole is 76. Okay. For these problems, you can choose, and in these problems, I'm going to let you choose between proportions and equations. If you want to use the equations, great. If you want to use the proportions, it is more math, but if it's what you're more comfortable with, I'm okay with that. I'm going to choose an equation. So P, I'm going to have to move this up a little bit. P equals T times W over 100 was our equation. 10 times 76 over 100 is $7.60. So is that how much it's actually going to be? $7.60? I marked it up. It's now $7.60. What do I have to do with that markup amount? Landon.
Add it to 76.
That's exactly right. That's how much we're adding to the original.
Oh.
So markup equals wholesale, okay, plus markup amount. And I shouldn't use markup here, sorry. What you would pay. You pay wholesale plus markup. So you're going to pay $76 plus $7.60. And what's that going to work out to? Mr. Biebrick.
$83.60.
Nice job, guys. So you would pay $83.60. Okay, and I know I need to move that up just a little bit. There we go.
What are you buying?
Okay. All right. Now, that means every time one of these sells, the store makes $7.60. Now, you have to sell a lot of these in order to keep the lights on and the electricity on, etc. So usually stores will mark things up even more than that. Probably 15, 20, 30%. Okay, but let's just say they marked it up 10%. I'm just going to ask you a hypothetical. I'm not going to ask you to do this mathematical, so put your pencils down, put your calculators down, look at me. How much, let's just use whole numbers here. How much of a discount could they put on this item and still make money? Okay, I'm going to ask, could it be 10%?
No.
Huh?
$7.59.
Basically, they can't lose that $7.60. Okay? So what if they ran a 15% off sale?
They'd be losing a lot of money.
They'd lose a lot of money.
5%.
5% would be cutting it close.
7.
So basically, you wouldn't be able to run a 30% off sale. So when, let's say, how many of your parents shop at Kohl's? Kohl's? Oh, Mrs. Bornheimer, we love Kohl's, right? Kohl's sometimes runs 30% off sales. That automatically should tell you something. That their markup is greater than 30% because they have to make money on every item. So when you get a 15% off coupon, remember, they probably marked the item up 30, 40, 50, 60, 70%. You might 70, 80, sometimes they double what they paid for it. So when you get a 30% off, they're still making bank. 15% off, still making bank.
Or when you do that.
10% off, drop in the bucket to them. So, and if you pay full price, you're giving them way more money than they paid for it.
Like $500.
Okay? Okay. So let's say, shh. Let's just say that you do get a 5% off sale. Okay?
That's pretty good.
Let's just say all of a sudden, this $83.60 item is 5% off, where they're running a very special sale. Okay? So, here we are.
Can I have your notes, B?
No, I want.
Yep.
Dang it!
Okay, so we're going to run a discount today.
I just called that.
Yeah, Jackson called it. No.
Shh.
Yeah.
Guys,
I'm an accomplice.
hey, I'll discuss it in just a minute. Discount 5%. Could you please find, if you had a discount of 5%, could you please find how much you would actually pay? This is going to take a little bit of work. Go ahead and take about 3-4 minutes to do this.
Wait, 5% of 83.60?
Yup.
Oh.
If it's discounted by 5%, what would you pay the store? Say what? Go ahead, just try it. You're going to need a toolkit.
Yeah, that's all I'll say. Alright, so we've got.
Hey, wouldn't 83.60 be hard?
Just divide it.
That'd be a whole. Now I need a calculator.
Oh, I got it, B. Wow. Wait, B, don't tell us yet.
You have a sister that's a cheerleader, you'd understand.
I need to grab a calculator.
Oh, yeah, me too.
I could attempt.
It's 52. Hey, B, if you can get this, I will, I'll give you a Chipotle.
I do love Chipotle.
But you'll get disease.
No, not here. Had it the other day. It was delicious.
Uh-uh.
I saw someone.
All right, how much am I going to get off my price? How much?
$4.
Yep, go ahead, Dalton.
18 cents.
Yep, I'm going to save $4.18. So that's my savings. What does that, how much am I actually going to pay? My discounted
4.0.
price.
4.0.
What is it going to be? My discounted price is going to be what? Am I going to pay the $83.60, Morgan?
79.
Definitely not. It's going to be what?
79.40.
Right. It's the original price minus your discount. $83.60 minus $4.18.
15.
It's 80.
And it's going to be, could you repeat your number earlier?
Oh, I just 19.
Was it 17?
79. 79.
It was 17.38.
79.42. Mr. B. 79.
There it is. All right, so I ask you again. If something is marked up, is it going to be more or less expensive?
No.
More expensive. If something is discounted, is it going to be more or less expensive?
Less.
Less. What is wholesale? What is wholesale, Cade?
It's when you buy something.
That's not what?
More of an item.
It's not, Landon.
Don't you buy it in bulk?
You can buy it in bulk, and it's not marked up. It's not marked up. Okay?
Well,
No.
All right.
I mean a lot.
Here's what we're going to do. Your homework deals a lot with this stuff. Okay? Your homework deals a lot with this stuff. So,
Maybe.
please turn to section 6-8. I'm going to go ahead and stop this recording.